This lecture is an introduction to Plotly. Mostly in our class we'll be using Excel for data analysis and creating graphs and charts. However, Excel does not create box plots or histograms very well, and here I'll show you how to use the website Plotly to do that. Step 1 is to go to the website. plot.ly is the address. Now notice that I'm already logged into Plotly, but you will need to create an account on Plotly and then log in when you get there. So when you first go there after having created an account, you'll see something that looks like this. Go to the workspace and wait for it to load, and then tell it you want a new grid. Now you see something that looks something like a spreadsheet, which is ready to accept data. To get data, you can either type it in or, as in this case, grab it from Excel. So go to this Excel file, and here I'll take just this first column, which consists of the size in finished square feet of homes in Fitchburg, Wisconsin. To grab this column, I'm going to left-click on the A at the top, right-click, copy, and now this whole column of data is on my clipboard. I go back to Plotly, come up into column 1, row 1, and unfortunately right-clicking won't work in Plotly, but if I click Control V, if I type Control V, the data gets entered. Notice it took me down to the bottom of the data, 142 rows. I can scroll back up to get to the top. And because I want my graph to have a good label, I'm going to come up here next to column 1 and click Rename and call this Size of Homes Fitchburg. Now I've got the data in Plotly and I'm ready to make a graph. Step 2 is to choose the plot I want to make. So I go to Make a Plot, and I'm going to make a histogram. It asks me which column I want for my variable, and it's this one, Size of Homes in Fitchburg, so I just click Choose as X. Actually, it was already chosen in that case. And then I'm ready to make it. And here's my histogram. Now when I create histograms, I like the bars to not be separated if they don't need to be. So to handle that, in Plotly you go to Traces and then go to Range Bins. Oops, sorry, go to Style. And first I'm going to put a border around the bars, and then I take that bar gap from 0.2 down to 0. And then close this style window. And this is what I'm used to seeing a histogram looking like. We see that there's about 3 homes, or actually 2 homes, that are below 1,000 square feet, 11 homes that are between 1,000 and 1,500 square feet, 23 homes between 1,500 and 2,000 square feet, etc. So here's my histogram. Now, step 3 is to download this chart so I can paste it into a Word document and hand it in my homework. So one way of doing that is to click Download and just accept all the defaults. And we see down in the corner here it's waiting for Plotly, and then there it is. If I now open it, I see my histogram, and by right-clicking I can copy, go to a Word document, and paste it. and then figure out what size I need to make it. But now it's a Word document that I can hand in for my homework. So I hope this helps you see how to use Plotly to create histograms. One thing I should mention is that Plotly needs to use Google Chrome. It does not like Internet Explorer at all. One last thing about Plotly, a second kind of graph that we'll be using in Plotly, we'll go back here and go back to our grid, and this time I'm going to choose as my plot a box plot. Choose this column as my Y and make my box plot, and here's a box plot for that same data, the size of homes in Fitchburg. And that's how we use Plotly. One last feature, data tools. These things we can use as, not data tools, analysis. This we can do in Excel, but it's kind of nice to do it here all at once. If we go to Basic Statistics and choose this column and click Statistics, it gives us the sample size, 141, the minimum, the maximum, the mean, the first quartile, the median, all of our usual summary statistics. So we can use Plotly to create histograms, box plots, and get a quick view of summary statistics all at once. And that's how we use Plotly.